that is. Music is a bit dramatic. Welcome, friends, foes, those undeclared, to a new episode. And an important one. Because we just might, be finishing an artistic journey that has now been, almost 2 years?
Yep.
We'll see how things go. But, in all intents and purposes, we might see a transformation. Things are coming, we're starting the end of the campaign, let's put it that way. Not necessarily to the conclusion, but we're anyways, let's move forward. let's get to this. It's not promising. We still have quite a few episodes to go. So.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's put in something a bit more appropriate for this particular scene. The four of you find yourselves in a small room with a sort of a small stage curtained to the back. Plum, you've been invited on stage, though most of it is taken by a vast silhouette, almost constructed. The bottom half of it looks like an umbrella stretched all the way to the floor. The top a skeleton, and in the middle a scene of dancing puppets that seem in all manners and shape or form unnerving. Plum, you are facing Endolin Moongrave, the third hag of the Hourglass Coven. The four of you just recently participated in a play to the benefit of this particular hag. A tragedy by twilight. Something that Plum, the story seemed to resonate with you as to something along the line. But I'm going to retcon one thing here, which is you seem to remember the names and the story in the story, but something seemed to have changed or didn't happen quite that way. Almost as if this was a version of a story that happened or may have happened, you're not exactly sure. Nonetheless, that story is for another time, another place. Who knows, maybe another dream. As per agreement, Endolin, you negotiate with Endolin to return something that belonged to you in exchange for going up on stage. And should she find it satisfactory, you present that item to you. But in pure hag fashion, as she reaches from her skirts, your wings. That is what was lost long ago. You find a small box, glass display case, with 3 moths and butterflies pinned to the back. And as she looks towering over your smallish form, she basically goes, well, you would be well to recognize what is yours, would you not?
Plum starts to squint his eyes and is gonna see if he sees his wings.
The 3 moths are of different coloration. One is more sort of grayish, almost sort of rock. Sort of darkish gray, almost like a slate color. The kind of moth that would just be able to just here in yon, just place it so it would be completely invisible among the rocks. The second is iridescent, almost too colorful, in pinks and blues, as it shimmers in this low light. The last one, it seems a bit more muted. Black, stripes of gold. It's a bit less visible than the others. What do you do?
Mine are not there.
No.
I
But then again,
just
nothing has ever been what it seems since you've arrived in Prismeer.
can I do an Arcana check to try to figure out like what would be which one would be magically influenced the most? To give another appearance to it. Plum just wants his wings, but for now he's just getting a bit slightly pissed off.
The challenge is to recognize what is yours. 3 options lay before you. How would you go about this particular riddle? You say try to identify what could be shifted, what could be changed.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an old story. It's kind of a fairy tale, really, about spirit of the lake, and a knight drops his sword into the lake, and the kind spirit brings back 3 swords. One made from iron, one made from silver, and one made from gold. And she asks, which one is yours? And she punishes the choice of the gold and the silver. I'm not saying she's playing that game, but it does remind me of that story.
That reassures me completely, but thank you for sharing the story.
Is that Ysdred speaking?
Yes.
Endelin's there's sort of almost like sort of as she moves her long skeletal neck in your direction, there's almost sort of like clicking. It doesn't sound like bone, it sounds almost like wood clacking together, like if she were herself a puppet moving to invisible strings in your direction. Wisdom of the young with lessons of the old. A good story, that one. So, little one, the deal was that I would present you with what is yours. Would you want a clue? But that will cost you.
I still want to roll my Arcana check.
Sure. It's a 20.
Nice.
What? So Arcana is a knowledge roll. So what piece of arcane knowledge are you trying to recall to solve this?
I know how it looks. Clearly, not one of the 3. I'm also trying to think my words. If I remember well, I didn't ask to be presented the last thing. You can correct me on this, but I asked for my last thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kinda going around the words, if I understand well.
Yours are there. They're just part of a collection.
Mm. What would be the price if I would ask for a clue?
You are not without knowledge of the habits of my sisters. In borrowing what they feel is not theirs, or theirs that is not mine. I would have you bring back something that was taken from me by one of my sisters.
I look to the others' reactions when she says that.
Varn does not look impressed.
Mina looks also less than impressed. And
A lost thing for a taking.
Plum,
we already gave a performance.
And I have brought you your lost possession.
To
No, you gave you what you give is a riddle. That's not the same thing.
I have asked very politely.
Sorry.
Go on.
Sorry. Would you suggest that you are collecting things without ever knowing them?
Knowledge is very much my business.
I would think so. So,
If I recollect well, I have asked for my lost thing. As my dear friends have told, I am not asking for a riddle, but my lost thing. So I'll ask very politely, can I have my lost thing, please?
Take it. And she produces the display case.
Above
I
table.
will even open it for you, should you wish.
Above table. I don't know, guys, what you want to do, but I want to beat the shit out of her respectfully. But okay.
because Mina ends up, after having been interrupted 3 times, will go, if you want my advice, from someone who found their lost thing to someone who found their lost thing, first, try to feel your connection to your lost thing. Because it's yours. And as it guided you here, you should be able to find it.
Have we lost any?
his camera.
At least.
Yes.
Oh, this would be just at the moment where...
But he's
Seems to be still on. There might be.
On
Maybe there's
Discord?
like a. Maybe he got a call.
We're going to take a... We're gonna pause this for a moment just so that we can, like... We'll be right back. And we're back. So, Mina, you had just sort of maybe stepped up and sort of called out to Plum with advice.
Yeah. How do I feel the hag would react to me stepping up on the podium, actually? And closing in with Plum, being there for support.
So, are you planning on stepping up to the podium, or just staying in at the seats where the rest of you are?
I'm thinking about stepping up simply to be in Plum's general vicinity, but if I see like she's... if that is going to set her off, then I don't.
There's Okay, make me an insight check.
Yep.
I was trying to determine what would be her reaction.
Seriously, the 17th stop rolling first.
Yeah, you do not get any particular information from her.
Okay. I'll just give Plum the information to start with and see how he reacts.
There's... You can find... You can see that Endelyn is there. She has a look... First it was Ysdred, then now Mina. Crying, public crying from the cheap seats. Feel something that... It's annoying. So you do feel, the rest of you do feel that she's being a bit agitated. There's almost a look to Tavaren expecting a word from you.
As the words resonate from Mina, Plum puts one hand in front of him and he hears a circus song. You hear voices from Witch and Light presenting the show. You hear voices and laughing that he's trying to imagine in his mind. And you hear the a voice resonating in his head like, come right out, for only tonight the comet is good back again and he will fly up beyond the stars. Voices coming here and there at the same time, and you see Proudness coming in front of the stage at the same time, and he's looking with big eyes, and you see music flaring harder and harder, and you hear screams at the same time everywhere, and you see him trying to raise his hand at the same time, trying to do something about it, and at the same time, while he's seeing that in front of him, you see his hands are like hovering over the tree, trying to get the pain and the sorrow and everything that he lived to actually face it at the same time. And he says with a confident voice, the past is the past. I have my friends now, and I need to accept what happened. But I will have my wings back. And I do my hands over to feel what calls towards me with the advice of Mina at the same time.
You take the box?
When it's open, I'll just put my hands in front of the wing.
She's holding with two of her hands the others that are still sort of marionetting the sort of these shapeless amorphic puppets where her abdomen would be.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just pointing it, and she offered to open it up for you should you wish. But right now, this display case is still with these three moths in front of you. You take the box.
Well, I'll take the box and put it down.
Okay.
It's gotta be a bit big, no?
I mean, for you, probably, right? It's about maybe a foot wide, so about 30 centimeters wide. It feels, as you take it, it feels heavy. Heavier than it looks. Or, actually no. Maybe lighter than it looks. It almost, as it takes, yes, lighter than it looks. It almost feels like instead of the sturdy wooden box that you would have, maybe of oak or some noble wood, it feels cheap. It feels light in a way that this is stagecraft. As you place it down, but there's something familiar to the box. There is a weight to it, the same way you would find a familiar costume, right? That you would wear. This is there's a comfort in having this box within your hands.
I put the box down and I follow the advice from Mina, and I see what attracts me the most.
Okay. You open the box?
Yeah.
Okay. As you open the box, the three the three moths start beating their wings as if alive, as if opening the top of it was enough to remind these creatures that they're not dead. They struggle against that little thin metal spike that is pinning them to the. Now that you see it, it's the velvet looks. It looks almost like textured paint rather than actual cloth. And they beat their wings faster and faster as they're trying to push themselves off from the cloth. All three.
Again, trying to feel out what is the most closest connection towards me.
Okay.
Keeping the word of Mina to heart.
Yeah, make me an insight check. Okay. So this is how the scene goes. On an 18. You hover your hand trying to feel a connection to one of these three butterflies. In the time that you take examining them, they manage to rip themselves from the box. One of them still pinned, with the spike going through it, as they all three fly up. But as they exit the box, they split and start to multiply. As each butterfly becomes 2, 6, 10, 20, and all of a sudden, there is almost like a deluge of multicolored wings flying throughout the room, leaving the box empty. This cloud of butterflies roaring like thunder now, above like a storm above you. There's a moment as you're looking up, trying to find where that one butterfly might be, where in that mass of wings would be yours. But there's a point where you realize that your left hand, has not left the box. It is still very much there. And that comfort is under your hand. That warmth is under your hand, not up above. Mina, Tavaren, Ysdred, what are your reactions to this?
I don't see that's Plum is having a sense of
Plum is almost disappeared, covered with this fountain of butterflies.
Ysdred takes a step back, trying not to interfere, and take the whole picture to intervene if needed.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you, all of you, could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. Interesting.
Difficulty... Let's see.
Plum also?
No, not Plum.
Oh, man.
The druid with the 25 and
Yeah.
26.
Sorry?
Beautiful.
DC 14. Okay. So Wilhelmina and Ysdred. Basically, this flow of butterflies above hit you like a hypnotic pattern.
Ooh, interesting.
So for the next minute, you are dazzled. Tavaren,
Okay.
this is... I mean, I would ask, why do you resist this effect?
Probably because I have butterfly wings myself.
Probably. Okay, let's go with
Good
that.
one.
Yeah, let's go with that. Plum, on that 18 insight, your hand is still very much on that wooden box that you have there. And while your friends are sort of either mesmerized or sort of looking above, again, maybe there is that bubbling rage that's coming up and going, no, another trick, another thing, so close, where is this? And it'd be so easy to just crush this balsa wood, this stagecraft box. And on inside, 18 inside, I believe that's exactly what you do. You smash it to realize that the box was hollow.
I think when I smash it, you just hear a roar, not a joyful roar when he rages, but really like pure rage, saying like enough. She throws it on the ground.
As the box shatters on the stone floor, the butterflies still roaring, almost deafening with their wing, deafening the room with their wings. You find in the debris of the box, about a foot long, two slender, almost paper thin shapes. Green, almost paper thin silk with small, maybe copper wire marking the different thing. These are yours, and you know them. Though here almost reproduced in a costume variety cheaply for something seen on stage. Fairy wings for a performer. But as you looked at them, you recognize these are yours. The nicks, the marks, the slender design of them. You are certain that these are yours.
I walk very slowly towards it, imagining all the adventures that we had at the same time. Tavaren's transformation, Ysdred's transformation, Mina's transformation, the words, thinking about all the things that happened. And he goes very slowly towards it and scoops it up, but very gently, very tenderly. And I think he just looks at it, and then he presses towards him like something that he finally found back, that he puts towards his heart, and just starts to have some tears, just of joy.
Endelin is now directly above you, almost sort of perched forward above you like a leaning gargoyle. So, have you now found what you were looking for? And without a clue, what a good ending to your story. Do you not think?
I can only thank my friends for that.
Yes. And once they have finished their revelry in that cheap little trick, you are welcome to stay, the four of you, within my home. The rules dictate as such. Rest. Explore. And who knows, if you need anything, just call on me. And with that clicking of metal spikes on stones, she retreats back into the little nook at the back of the stage and disappears. The effect of the butterflies lasts for but a moment more, as Mina and Ysdred, you start realizing that not only does Plum is holding these wing sort of costume elements, but that Endolin has disappeared as well.
What happened?
Congratulations, Plum.
That is only thanks to you guys. I have almost punched her, but thank you for being there for me. And I'll try to put the wings on, I guess.
Among the debris, as you're sort of pushing them aside, you realize that the wings are fairly similar to the wings. I guess. Who is still wearing their wings from the? No, you put them away, right? You still have the wings from the carnival, but have you put them away? Tavaren, you're still wearing them?
Yep.
So
there's still one charge. There's still one charge left on them.
That is true. Well, that is more about the crown rather than the actual wings that the costume. But then again, we never determined if Tavaren knew that. So we can pretty much sure that yes, Tavaren is still wearing these. Let's be honest. With everything that you guys has been through, going through swamps, going through battle, going through, what is the state of these paper and these paper and wire fairy wings?
Probably not very good, huh?
Have been abandoned since we had to change costumes for the court, certainly.
They're probably clean though, because we have what it takes to clean them up a bit, like magic, but probably tattered still.
No one's got mending? So yeah, but I would think Plum, as you're looking at the pair of wings that are now on the floor, you realize that that there is a sort of a string contraption which is very similar to what Tavaren is currently wearing, which would allow you to basically put on the wings on your back the same way any child would put on fairy wings. Put them on?
Yeah, I'll slowly put them on, and yeah, I'll put it on, and like, I think I should put it on, yes, and starts to do everything what needs to be done.
At first, as you put them on, it's a bit, they don't fit well, right? There's something, you're fussing with the string, you're fussing with the, trying to is anybody step up or to sort of help him, or?
Mina will probably go if he's struggling.
Ysdred, you said something? I saw you wave your hand, but I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
Just saying, yeah,
Okay.
Ysdred will probably...
We have two people.
Right, okay.
One side each. Yep, let's go.
Yeah, it's something, it's almost like as if maybe if they're a bit too, if the rigging is a bit too small, but you manage to settle it. And then there's a moment where you sort of wonder, is this it? Is it, what's going on? You sort of, all of a sudden, it seems like, how should I put this? There's a brief moment where you realize that you've been having back pain. It's almost, it's that. It's the moment where that low pain in your upper back that you've been ignoring because you've had other things to think about for all these years flashes as you remember that pain. That moment where those wings were stripped away from you. That moment where you lost what defined a part of you in a way. That absence is just reminded, that loss is reminded. But immediately filling in that feeling of loss is a new thrill. It's the moment where pain no longer exists. It's the moment where the empty no longer is empty. And you feel a flicker go in your back as your wings take life. Could you please describe the transformation as I reveal to our friends at home the new portrait?
As very slowly, because you are very close to me, you see start with the fingers. Very slowly, color starts to grow at the same time. It's like a little wave coming over the full body, coming towards the neck at the same time. And the moment it stops, then it goes towards the ears, where the ear actually becomes a bit more pointier at the same time. And as the color waves over the face at the same time, you see that the colors were dark and gray pupils are actually becoming golden at the same time also, with a little flint of silver also in the same time. And as the wing starts to having more and more color at the same time, you see it's actually not green but emerald color with golden mixes in the same time, with little specks of gold and silver at the same time that mixes in. And henceforth, the final form of Plum.
Nice.
Wow.
I still need to update the tokens on Roll20, but you will forgive me if I do that. Maybe I can do that during the break.
Eine magnifique papillon.
I am a butterfly, finally!
To be fair, if I have to go by the wings, I would say it's more of a
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly wing, yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine when the transformation is done, you see.
You're a magical girl.
Thank you. I was going for that. Imagine if you ever saw a fairy having zoomies, you're seeing it right now.
Yeah.
He's literally like flying, like in dashing move 100 feet in the room, like, finally, no more pain. Finally, I can fly again. And as he's doing for at least 1 minute, like flying around very quickly as possible.
Tavaren they're just applauding, like, ooh.
Oh. Okay. Oh. That fast. Oh.
And then he stops in front of you guys while floating at the same time. Now I have a flying speed. That's gonna be very funny now.
How do you feel?
It has been 8 years that I have lost my wings, right? After having 8 years of constant pain, no more pain. I feel good. I feel great.
You look good.
Yeah.
I have color back in my... Now, next time if you want to paint me, you can paint me now. But it's not an invitation.
It did sound like it.
I was never good at painting. That wasn't really my thing. To my mother's despair.
Ah, yes. Now, before the hag went away, she said we are her guests at this home.
Yes. Which is very nice. Because we still have things to do.
Yes.
Sure.
And for the most of the time, Plum is going to float 10 feet above the ground, just for the fun of it.
Just because you can.
Because I can.
I mean, you've rested those wings long enough. You can bear to use them again.
That means if I become big, I could carry most of you guys now in my arms now also. That could be very interesting at the same time.
Oh, like those dragonflies in the Carnaval.
Something like that, but
Stronger.
I could carry you guys now out to fly.
I'm more beefy now, though.
I can still beat you, but...
Hey, don't try me. I'll take you up on that.
Hey, I also gained height and weight since gaining back my true form and true name.
Yes.
Upgrades.
And you see Plum looks like, now, what shall we do?
Well, we have to find the sister.
Yes, I never remember which one of the sisters it is.
And maybe Charm.
Sibilna.
We'll need to find a sycophant also, if I remember well.
I mean the sister of our friend outside.
Oh, that's just
True.
You are interrupted by not a knock on the door. The door just opens up, flies, and a sort of a huffing goblin, cane in hand, goes, well, Chap, come on. I don't have the time for this. The lady said that you are to be given accommodations, so let's get those to you. I have a play to rehearse, so Chap, come on, let's move.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just need to make sure where. Okay, M6. Right. And you will be brought to. Again, he brings you sort of again down the stairs, down to the sort of brings you through the different areas. Past the I'm gonna place party here. There you go. Stage fright. I need you. The goblin sort of again brings you sort of rushes you down the stairs. Past into the library, where his huffing and puffing is sort of hushed by one of the Darkling elders still reading the. And he goes, "Hey, follow me," and brings you pretty much backstage here. So at first you come into this little particular room, which I will give you a description of. This is 4A. Right. Clearly prop storage. Right? The room is choked with a variety of props and costumes. This one including a chest full of powdered wigs. You have a giant mouse trap which seems to be appropriately sized for Plum. A parasol topped with copper, with a copper weather vane, seemingly calling out to the one that you can see above, that you would have seen above the this particular castle, and sort of again ushers you forward this way if you wish to follow. This way down the corridor here.
Ysdred is on her guard.
Tavaren trusts the goblin.
Mina keeps aware as well of where we're going.
Hello, Mr. Bugbear.
So, about that. Resting against the walls of this circular chamber are 3 dressing tables, each one with a mirror on top of it. The mirrors are bordered by tiny balls of bright golden light. An ornate high-backed chair on clawed feet sits before each table. Must be the makeup room. Slumped in one of the chairs is a bugbear dressed as a green dragon from neck down. On the floor nearby are the fake dragon head and tail that complete the costume. But here's the thing, Plum. As you're looking to you're looking to him, despite he's clearly matted furred due to sweat, as he's been in this dragon costume for a while. But you seem to recognize him some sort.
Do I know him from the circus?
Is it Burley?
Not Burley.
A
But you
brother of
definitely recognize Hurley, his lost brother. There's a flash of coming to you as you remember that he was more of the quick-tempered type, while Burley was more of maybe the nurturing or guardian. This one he was the bugbear that you had fun riling up as kids. Because his rage, in a way, is that anger that always sort of bubbled up so quickly. You remember with your brothers and sisters and the other children of the circus at a time, where you would play Burley, you would play Hurley, right? And you sort of hype yourselves up, square your shoulders, go grrr to one another, right? Trying to say, almost in mocking. That clown Thaco sort of looking good, rolling their hair as they're kids these days. They don't know how good they have it. But you don't have the time. He clearly is sort of taken with whatever he's looking at in the mirror. As Sage Fright pretty much opens the door here above. It says, right, get yourself situated. Everybody, these are the new people. Work it amongst yourselves. I need to get back to stage. And scampers off back into...
Good luck.
Back to the stage.
Okay. So we are to live in the makeup room.
No.
Yeah.
The door he opened leads to another room.
Okay.
Right here. Sorry, I'll just open this and actually show the map to the folks.
Okay.
No, you are not to lodge. No, come on. Actors are not the the best. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that they're not
Diva treatment.
Yeah, the treatment is inhumane, but it's not that inhumane.
Okay.
I don't know. Extras?
Fair enough.
Hmm?
Welcome to the green room.
Let me check, guys.
Too real. Too real.
As you look inside, the walls of this gloomy chamber are lined with black-veiled compartments that contain makeshift beds. The furniture is sparse, a few wooden tables and chairs, a box of junk in a corner, and flickering lanterns resting here and there. 5 performers occupy the room. 2 of them pace nervously while others are weeping.
Okay.
Door.
It's getting a little emotional here, guys.
Yes. Huh.
Actually, this one will be closed. Do you all step in?
Yes.
Well, actually, do you... No, I don't think you see the name, so I will resolve that immediately. And give you a description of who's there. Right. Actually, I think the first one... Let's see. The first one you cross in, Elegy. She's a female halfling. Sort of this purple but going on lilac. Sort of, though, again, you can see that she's heavily made up. Almost sort of that cake style makeup. But you can just see her original skin color under, here and there in corners of her face. She's been clearly rehearsing with a talking to a skull that she has in her hand. The skull itself tiefling as well, with similar horns which, to hers, which are more sort of short. I think there would be sort of short. I guess almost like cow-like horns, except there are 4 of them. To her too, but the same thing. And she, extras. Sort of looks to the skull, places it down, sort of somewhere on the table. Well, I guess we weren't really expecting that. I think we can squeeze in and have some space for you. Besides, with the scheduling, I don't know if we're going to be able to sleep much. I'm sorry. I'm Elegy.
Nice to meet you, Elegy.
This is Puff. So, Puff River Nogging Lemonseed, a halfling who seems to be crying over a series of pages which are soggy enough that they fold around his fingers. She points to a forest gnome situated, who is sobbing into a cushion. That is Diamanda, Middle Stride.
Guys, I'm not here anymore. I don't know if you...
We're hearing you now.
Yes. I have a big-ass storm.
Ooh.
Everything went dark. Not launching back my computer.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I am okay.
Right.
Yep.
So, I'm going to.
But
You know what?
yes.
Yeah. Let me just finish. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to finish the description of the room, and how about we just call it therapy for safety reasons? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
So, I described Diamanda Middlestride, Puff, River Noggin Lemonseed, Elegy, of course. There is Clee Westerly, who seems to be a. They're human, but the way that they're made up or something about them doesn't necessarily give place to gender. You know, but you're not exactly sure if it's because they are non-binary or if it's just the makeup that is doing that. And then, lastly, she points to the only sort of cubicle with closed, and she says, and Elemek is back there. But come on, folks, dry your tears. Disassociate for a moment, and so that we can welcome our new friends, and let's see if we can't find them some place where to set their packs, huh? Everyone? And as maybe 4 visages sort of look up to you as Elemek, tears rolling down the face, bringing down makeup, looks and goes, "Oh, well, nothing beats company in misery, I guess." And that's where we're gonna stop for now. Right.
Yeah.
So, very short episode for this session.
Yeah.
However, we've got
Apologies.
apologies
Well, maybe
for that.
maybe
Yeah.
we'll still
Sorry.
maybe we can still start again in half an hour or so.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
Anyways,
see.
we're going to look. You'll get the story, the end of the story, one way or another. See you soon. Take care. Stay safe. And see you next time.